If you have a box truck business and you're trying to get dedicated retailer contracts this year, it's important to understand that you got to really follow a few top hacks. Now, those hacks are not complicated. They just require consistency. You have to apply them consistently. Okay. So here are the top hacks. The first one is you want to attend industry events. I don't care how less competitive you think your niche is or how popular, quote unquote, popular you think your box truck business is. But if nobody hears about you, if nobody knows you are around, you're not going to get dedicated retailer contracts. So by actually attending those industry events, you have the possibility, you have the potential of meeting actually retailers, shippers who might be interested in your services. Okay, you have to understand that a box truck business is a very competitive business model. So you have to constantly think about acquiring new customers, new shippers. Okay, so think about retailers who visit trade shows to source suppliers, or some let's say small food and beverage shops who attend local networking events to find ingredients or new flavors. So you have to do the same thing. If you don't want to box yourself in, you can attend more generic trade shows, conferences, and events related to logistics and transportations. Okay, so that's important. So you have a few of those events. You have a ACM Connect, Retail Supply Chain Conference, and you have also a TPM. The second thing you want to do, and this is kind of related to the first one, you want to join industry associations. So if you want to really get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business, those industry associations are going to send customers your way all the time. Okay, so you have associations such as Express Carriers Association and the Customized Logistics and Delivery Association. Those are really great spots to start, and they have local chambers all the time. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section, and I'll answer you based on where you are at, based on your city and state. You also want to collaborate with other businesses. Don't think other businesses are your rivals. No. So partnering with relevant businesses, or let's say an independent contractor, such as e-commerce brands, retail stores, and logistic firms, can be a strategic move if you want to expand actually your client base this year, especially if you are in a very, I would say, in a very competitive niche. If you want to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business, you have to really think about those courier sites too. So you got to go out there and really bid on courier sites. Okay, the courier sites are different from load boards. Okay, for instance, if you have Shipley in this country, Shipley actually is great if you want to really, let's say, you want to really get extra contracts for your box truck business, or you can even go to a site called Find RFP, which is for box truck businesses that want to have, they want to get retailer contracts for pharmacy services, mail services, larger shipments, and government contracts. Okay. Next, you want to identify potential clients and reach out. So if you want to really get dedicated retailer contracts, sometimes it's just a lot better to actually contact the clients, the potential clients directly. Okay. But the thing is, you got to feel bold though. You got to feel really bold, because cold calling someone requires some tenacity, requires some, I would say, some psychological stance. Okay. So if you're feeling bold, you can reach out directly to potential clients. You want to start by researching businesses that regularly use courier services, such as law firms, medical facilities, e-commerce companies, and retail chains, by the way. Then you can introduce your services and discuss their needs too. Okay. Now, the thing is that this method is often called cold outreach. Okay. And your results will vary depending on the type of companies you contact and how you contact them, but also where you are at, your city and state. I mean, some city and states are more, how do I say it? They're more competitive than others. Okay. So that's important. And also, you want to prepare a pitch that gives all the essential information that these businesses need to know about the delivery jobs that your box truck business offers. So you want to maybe talk about the size of your team, your volume capacity, the vehicles you have. If you have a fleet, you want to say those vehicles, okay, how many box truck you have, your rates, driving licenses and dispatcher insurance, and also ordering and payment processes. Also, if you want to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business this year, you want to send a direct mail or brochure. Also, this is kind of similar to reaching out to the company directly. Okay, see, the whole thing is that technology is great. Okay, but sometimes good old fashioned snail mail is best for grabbing the attention of potential courier clients, especially if you have a box truck business that needs to scale real fast. So, what you want to do is you want to put together a one page brochure to send to local companies who might need your services. You want to increase your chances of a callback by adding a personalized note or a customized list of services most appropriate for their business. For example, you might mention that you have a fleet of refrigerated vans or a fleet of box trucks, okay? If you pitch to food and beverage companies, you also want to create a professional website. That's actually going to help you big time in terms of establishing yourself more professionally. You may already have a website, or you might have relied on in-person networking and referrals up until now. Either way, it's always good practice to have a home on the internet where potential clients can learn more about your services. So you want to create a user-friendly, professional website that actually showcases not a lot showcases your services, your pricing, and customer testimonials. Very, very, very straightforward. Okay, so that you can really, and again, you have services, you have platforms that are there to kind of help you out, from Wix to a GoDaddy, and I mean, and what have you. So you want to have a website because you want to show Google and your prospects that you have the services that they need, and you want to tell Google that you are a legit business. You also want to optimize your website to rank higher in search engine results. So you want to research relevant keywords for your box track business. You want to include keywords throughout your website, and you also want to add internal links. That's going to help you big time, especially when it comes to showing up higher in the SERPs, the search engine result pages. If you want to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business this year, don't forget about social media. I mean, people think social media is only for entertainment. No. I mean, you see channels on TikTok or Instagram. This is not just for entertainment. Social media primarily serves three purposes: entertainment, education, okay, and also information. So when it comes to information, that's when you actually want to plug in your content. You, you're a box truck business, okay? So use social media to promote your services. I mean, from Instagram to LinkedIn to Facebook to X, now called, I mean, to Twitter, now called X, to Pinterest and what have you. You just have to choose a social media platform that really resonates with your target audience, because you are talking to your target audience. They have to feel comfortable and they have to be using that social media too. Otherwise, you'll just be talking to nobody, right? So this is important. You want to look at what content your competitors are posting, for instance, to see where you should be promoting your services. You want to source questions from existing shippers and answer them on your social media accounts. You want to share customer testimonials or case studies about shipments, about deliveries that went well. And you want to create a hashtag, for instance, and encourage people to share photos of your courier vehicles on the road. So that's really cool, especially from a flexibility point of view. You also want to invest in online ads. If you have money, if you have an extra budget, you might want to think about investing in online ads. The cool thing is that ads generally show up in Google's search results before organic listings and can be identified by the sponsored text just above. So ads can give your delivery, your box truck business really useful exposure. Plus, you can also include additional features in ads such as listing your business's phone number. While ads cost money to run, you're only charged when someone clicks, and you can set a maximum daily budget so you don't really get any nasty surprises. The exact pricing of an ad actually is based on several factors, such as how many others are bidding for that same keyword, and whether you want to run the ad during a holiday or peak hours. It really depends. Also, you want to register as a vendor with agencies to get government courier contracts. So, if you want to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business, it's important to understand that you want to constantly be working for a lot of clients, including government agencies. Okay, many government entities. That's something that you really need to think about. Many of those, like city municipalities and federal departments, they need reliable courier services to deliver important documents and packages. And you can only bid on these contracts by going through a vendor registration process, which typically involves creating a profile on sites such as sam.gov, okay, centralized government vendor websites, or local procurement portals. So you got to really first make sure that you register with them. And you also might need to provide detailed information about your box truck business, the services you offer, pricing, certifications, and how you comply with local regulations because they care a lot about compliance with local regulations. But the cool thing is, once approved, you can bid on opportunities by submitting proposals to requests for proposals, RFPs. That's really fantastic. You also want to monitor. You want to monitor corporate tender opportunities. So if you want to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business, think about those tender opportunities. Okay. Now, going out for tender sounds scary, but it can be a great way to pick up lucrative corporate contracts for your box truck business. I mean, plenty of large companies regularly send out RFPs or invitations to tender ITTs for courier services, usually through their procurement departments or third-party tender websites, okay, like BidStats or FedBiz Ops. You also want to do something else, and this is actually going to help you. You want to encourage existing clients to refer new clients. Okay, because word of mouth marketing is still one of the most valuable ways to get clients. Not only is it a great way to actually attract clients, but also it's a great feeling when an existing client rates your delivery services highly enough to send someone else your way. So that's really, really fantastic. If you want to really get dedicated retailer contracts this year, you want to really engage in PR activities. Okay, think about issuing press releases, engaging with local and trade media outlets whenever possible, forming relationships with industry influencers. I mean, again, you got to have a certain budget for that though, but if you do, that's totally possible. And you want to sponsor also or participate in community events, trade shows, or charitable causes. You also want to get involved in local community events. The whole thing is that when you think about having a box truck business is primarily local because you're not doing OTR with box truck. At least this is not the smartest things to do. Okay, so it's just better to do a local delivery with your box truck. So like you can do within a state or within a city or a county. If you want to do OTR, there are other vehicles that you might want to think about. Okay, so when I think about local community events, those are really great if you want to expand your network. Okay, it's also great to start small. So consider sponsoring local events at retail stores, supermarkets, or venues where your target clients, those shippers you want to go after, might be hanging out. You can also attend small business expos and fairs to find local retailers or brands that might need your services. So the more events you attend or sponsor, the more likely people are to recognize your brand, which will keep you front of mind when they do eventually need the services of a courier company. Okay, and that's what you want. You want them to call your box truck business first. So you want to really find. You want to offer a competitive pricing. You want to promote industry specific services. You want to customize your services for specific industries and address their unique requirements. Okay. And you also want to provide flexible contracts. And finally, you want to develop your proposal writing skills. This is going to help you big time, especially when it comes to industries that really rely on proposals. Okay, so develop strong proposals highlighting your capabilities, experience, and value proposition. That's going to help you big time. Let me give you other considerations here. I just shared with you the top hacks to really keep in mind if you want to if you want to get dedicated retailer contracts. I want to share with you a few other hacks that I have seen in the last in the last 30 years when it comes to box truck businesses. You want to reward your best clients, those shippers who really love your box truck business. You want to reward them. Okay, you want to show your existing courier clients that you value their custom through loyalty programs and rewards. You want to use apps and technology to improve delivery efficiency. So this is kind of cool because your box truck business is going to benefit big time from that shift. You want to build trust and a solid reputation because your reputation hinges on the quality of your courier services. So you want to deliver on time as often as possible, and you want to tackle any issues ASAP to avoid disappointment. You also want to maintain clear and constant communication. That's going to help you big time in terms of flexibility, in terms of adaptability. So, keeping clients actually, what happens here is that maintaining clear and constant communication, it really goes both ways. Why? Because keeping clients updated on their deliveries builds trust and reassures them that you are doing a good job. So, but also you are also happy because you are keeping your clients informed. Okay, you want to maintain clear and near constant communication, or even better, let clients track their deliveries. Okay, so especially you do have a lot of apps in the market. Some of them are free to actually help you. Also, you want to solicit feedback from your current shippers to improve your services. Okay, maybe you have delivered a load, you have delivered loads for a certain client categories. You just want to see how things went from their point of view, so that they can educate you a little bit and let you know what to change, what to improve, what to really work on better, or that kind of stuff. This is kind of cool, especially in the long run, because it helps you actually improve big time. It also helps you it helps you offer the kinds of services that your box truck business will be very profitable at providing. So that's really fantastic. So as a coda into this conversation, I'll share with you how to get dedicated retailer contracts for your box truck business. I give you the top hacks and also other considerations. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.